Hi guys, welcome to Sedusi Mentors. My name is Keithan. So finally, I'm making this video on students' demand. I've got a lot of requests for TISS. So in this video, we're gonna go a little in depth. We're gonna try to understand TISS placements, the batch profile, what are the programs they have, the campus, and in detail as far as the packages and profiles are concerned. Now, moving ahead, let's understand a little bit about TISS. Its background and when it was actually established. So when we talk about TISS was established in the year 1936. So 1936 is the year when it was established, and this makes it the oldest college in the Asia for professional social work education. As far as the courses are concerned, there are multiple courses in TISS. From the variety of dimensions like social, economical, politics, physics, and everything. TISS has predominantly a couple of campuses. The number one is going to be Mumbai. Mumbai is the main campus that they have. Then you have one campus in Tuljapur, which is the Maharashtra one. Then we have one campus in Hyderabad as far as TISS is concerned. And there is another campus in Guwahati. So these are the four campuses that TISS has overall. Now, as far as the programs are concerned, no doubt TISS offers variety of programs. On a predominant level, the one of the most renowned or one of the most famous program out here is the HR and the labor relations. This is what I would call it as a flagship program. This is the flagship program of TISS, and this is what TISS is quite renowned for. There are around about more than 40 programs in TISS that are conducted on all the four campus. Then you have developmental studies, then you have health administration, then you have globalization and labor, social entrepreneurship, climate change, so on and so forth. There is one more program that's called as clinical psychology and all that. So these are the programs, the people who have done the BA, graduation in arts and all, these guys can pursue that. I cannot plot all the programs in here, so I've given only the important ones. So this is number one. Developmental studies is also the another one. Now, even if you look at the cutoffs, as far as the cutoffs are concerned for TISS, the flagship program, the cutoffs have always been 75. I mean, it changes every year. But let's say 100 on 75 on 100 is a good number to fetch a call. This can assure you to get a call from TISS for their interview process. As far as the developmental studies is concerned, I would say a score of 68 should be a good score to get a call from TISS for a developmental study. It's the second renowned or the popular program from TISS. Then you have globalization and labor, you have social entrepreneurship, and you have, like I said, clinical psychology and all that. These are like domain specific programs, pretty niche programs, as far as TISS is concerned. You can go to TISS website. I'll try to put the link in the description. You can go through all the programs that they offer. But yeah, these are the programs which are the broader ones or the famous ones. Now, looking at the batch details, which is the important thing out here. Now, if you look at the batch details as far as TISS is concerned, you will find a lot of students being here as a fresher. Now, this is the only college as far as my knowledge is concerned, which has a great diversity, right? So if you look at 56% male and 44% close by female, so it's a very hygienic, it's a very healthy combination of male students and female students out here, and that's what makes it more diverse basically in Asia. Now, if you look at the working 0 to 11 months, you will find the major chunk out here. And that's the reason. There are a lot of students, they are like freshers. And again, there is a reason for that. Because see, if you look at HR as a domain, very few times you will see people with the relevant work ex out here. So TISS has a different selection process altogether. They will not be looking at the work ex and all that close by. What they're looking at is how your profile is going to be having a sync with the program that you want to take. And again, it's an overall development that they look at: your profile, your academics, the way you talk, your communication, personality, thought process. There are so many things that get together as far as the selection is concerned. So again, it's a very much diversified college. 0 to 11 months work ex people, you will find it quite a lot. As far as we move ahead, 35 months is going to be around about 20%. 25 to 35 will be a little bit more than that. So even if you look at the educational background, most of the students out here are coming from engineering background. I think there is something wrong with the PPT out here. We're not able to see the graphs properly, so apologies for that. But yeah, the engineers again dominates the the domain out here. There is nothing particular having engineers connected to HR as such. It's just that year on year it changes. So engineers are there, then you have commerce, then you have art students as far as the main program of HR is concerned. Now, on the other side, if you look at the GDP, I think that would matter a lot. But what matters as far as your TISS admission is concerned, score is the most important thing as far as TISS is concerned. So if anybody who is scoring really good will have a great chance to convert the college eventually. The GDPI will matter equally, right? So it's equally important to have a good GDPI also. So if you look at the workings, I think there is a good chance for the freshers to make it to test. The maximum workings is going to be around about like 3 years. You will not find people more than 3 years in test, and those who are coming from the workings background for like around about 3 years. Most of the time I have seen students coming from background of IT, students coming from background of sales, people coming from background of a bit of HR, administration, let's say recruitment and all that stuff. So it's very much diversified. So TISS is not particularly asking you that you got to be having a workings of HR. It's not like that. Yeah, when you say that clinical psychology and all that kind of fields, which are the niche program, there might be a requirement that you got to have workings with that domain. But again, it's going to be like what, 1/4, nothing more than that. So that's something about the educational background. So engineers again dominate here. When I speak to students and students tell me, sir, we have heard that TISS is the college which is only for engineers. No, it's not like that. It's just that there are more engineers, and again every year it will change. Sometimes commerce guys will take a lead, sometimes engineers will take a lead, depends on. And again, as I said, everything matters as far as your score is concerned. So let's not draw a line that it's only for engineers. No, it's not like that. There are a lot of students out there with a diversified background as such. Okay, now moving ahead with the placement for human resource management and the labor relationship. Trust me, this college is known for return on investment. I don't think there is any other college in India that can actually beat this, as far as the ROI is concerned. Earlier it was FMS, but now again FMS fees has gone to 2 lakhs. So if you look at as far as this is concerned, the fees is 1 lakh. And if you look at the salary out here, the average package of this is around about 20 lakhs. That's a great ROI. I mean, at 1 lakh, you're getting average placement of 20 lakh. That's an amazing thing, right? Again, so 1.5 lakh. Even if you take, round about, your fooding and, boarding charges and all, like, should not go beyond 1.5 lakhs. So again, it's a great return on investment. There are 100% placements, no doubt about it. Here are the statistics. The average is 20 lakhs. Now understand this. In Mumbai, we have JBIMS, okay, and we have SP Gens, right? So if you look at the statistics of TISS, any time they are better than both the colleges. Now, if you look at SP Gen, I think it not be a prima facie comparison because SP Gens has no HR specialization. But again, I mean, anybody who gets into SP Gen does the same, MBA Finance, and anybody is getting into TISS. If I only talk about ROI, then definitely TISS will have the upper hand. Now, when I talk about Jamnalal Bajaj or JBIMS, right? JBIMS average package is around about 19 lakhs and the fees is around about 6 lakhs. Over here, TISS takes over Jamnalal Bajaj as far as the ROI is concerned. Now, JB has a program which is the MBA in HR. So again, here in the HR domain particularly, TISS again has the upper hand as far as the quality of education, the placements, the recognition, brand recognition, all these things are concerned, right? Now, so again, if you look at a lot of time, people do not understand, students have no idea that what the college is all about. It's a fabulous college as far as ROI and placements are concerned. Now, something that I'm really excited to tell you guys is that look at the PPO offer, like this is pre-placement offer. So PPO is 22, right? The batch size for the 2019 was 67, right? Out of this, you have round about 22 people. I mean, I know it's not the exact 50%, but it's close to 40%. I think that's a great number to have this kind of PPO, right? So 22 people out of 67 ka batch got the PPOs. FMCG sector was the dominating one. 18% recruitment happened in the FMCG domain. So this is the overall placement structure of HR. Amazing. I mean, there is nothing that can make you unhappy. Actually, this is like anybody who's getting into this. Trust me, it's these numbers are fabulous. Okay, now let's talk about the list of the companies that made offers to the campus. This is the latest this is the latest chart, by the way. Now, trust me, you name a company and it's going to be there. Now, there are certain domestic companies, which is the Indian companies. There are certain international companies also coming on TISS, predominantly for their HR domain. Now, if you look at if you look at, there is a variety, there's a quite diversification that is happening out here. So if you look at BFSI sector, you have BFSI coming on campus, you've got conglomerates coming on campus, there is consulting coming on campus, FMCG is there. So you have all the sectors coming in here. See, because it's very much obvious, because when you talk about HR as a domain, right? HR fits in everywhere. It's in finance industry, it's in manufacturing industry, it's in banking industry, it's in consulting industry, it's in IT industry. You would need HRs everywhere, right? And that's the great opportunity for all the students who are doing HR. They can shift to industries, because HR as a domain, it's a supporting domain for all the industry. It's heart of all the domains out there, right? So if you look at I mean, you can just go through the slide. If you look at the number of companies coming on campus is amazing, and again, it has 100% placement. So let's not even doubt that, what kind of placements are going to be there. Again, when you talk about the profiles, I'll quickly make a mention about the profiles out here. So profiles, when you talk about, most of the time the profiles are going to be middle level management. Why? Because this is known for that, and that's the reason you will be starting on a bit of higher level. So there are diversified profiles are given on the campus. You might get opted as the business HR or HR partner, or business partner, or you're probably working as the, let's say, the senior manager in the recruitment domain. You might get a placement in the comp and ben. So compensation and benefits, again, an area that people really look forward for. So when you talk about the profiles, they're all going to be the elite ones. So middle level management is something that you can expect if you're in HR, if you're doing your HR from TISS. I have seen some of my students getting placed into companies like ICICI, companies like Yes Bank, Standard Chartered, Kotak, and all that, with a package of around about 14 to 15 lakhs at a senior level. So that's the advantage that you get. That's the jump that you get if you do your MBA from, let's say, any other college, right? If you do your MBA from, let's say, MDI Gurgaon, or if you do your MBA, let's say, from IIM Ranchi, or let's say any other IIM for that matter, you will get a consideration. But for the fact you're doing your MBA from TISS, which is known for HR predominantly, that has its own advantages, right? And that's where you will see the profiles being amazing, profiles being really, really awesome. Now, this is the chart that I have. This is something the C2C student making into the TISS, So quickly, I'll give you, there are a lot of students actually, they went to TISS, clinical psychology, developmental studies, and so on and so forth. But I'll just talk about the core one. Anusha Padma scored 84 marks. And she was, she was all India ranked 3 or 4th, I would say. So she was with the 84. Bhargav is there in TISS. He scored 77, Saurabh 75, Anu 74, Vaishak 74, Avdut 73, Sunny 70, Parikshit 70. So these are the top 8 students I am plotting on the slide. So these are C2C students who made it to TISS. We run different program for TISS, for GDPI and for the entrance exam also. So this is it from my side, guys. This is all I wanted to say. It's one of the best college. It's a fabulous college in the country. If you're somebody who really wants to make your career in HR, and you're sure that yes, for the next 40 to 50 years of your life, you really want to do HR, and you want to reach the heights in HR as a domain, then this is the college that you should be aiming at after XLRI in India. So guys, that's it from my side. I will be making a lot of videos on the front of TISS, strategy for exam, GK, everything I'm going to be talking about. So kindly like the video, share, and do subscribe to my channel. That's it from my side, guys. Thank you so much.